What it do? It's your boy Zach Plemming. Welcome back, guys. The video you're about to watch now was filmed a couple of Sundays back. Me, Brody, we grabbed our cameras, we went down to Southbank and Kangaroo Point. We had a chat to multiple people just out enjoying their lives while we had a chat to them about mental health. We wanted to understand what is actually going on in Brisbane, what's going on in the River City, what's happening with the mental health space, and what everyone's understanding of it is. We got a lot of varying answers, and I think it's really important for you to see this, watch this, and just get an understanding yourselves. If you do have any questions, feel free to hit us up on the inbox. You know where to find us, River City Stories on the Insta, on Facebook, and what's the other one? YouTube. That's where we're at. Holler at your boy and enjoy.
For me, it's like anything to do with like your mind and what you think and what you believe in.
I would define mental health as everyday. Well, for me anyway, mental health is what I've gone through and what I've experienced from growing up to where I am now.
How you cope with things and deal with situations.
Mental health is, worrying about how you feel and what's going on inside of your head and being open about it and letting yourself feel stuff, and also recognizing that there are things going on inside your head that are tough, and you have to kind of face it and deal with it and feel these emotions and look after yourself.
What you can handle.
Yeah, mental health it's not the nicest thing. It definitely can destroy people's lives, and people who need to seek help definitely need to do it.
A lot of like negatives, considered with the word mental health.
Yep.
But there's definitely some positives in there.
Just like recognizing that you do have things going on in your life that may not be exactly how you want it, and like just having like normal struggles or like maybe even different struggles that like you need to like help like overcome to just be at a point where you want to be and where you're happy, that sort of thing.
Just having someone right there for you is pretty good.
Just like being like generally nice to someone that's having a bad day could help them so much. Like if something really bad has happened, like someone's passed away or something, and like they've been rude to you because they just can't emotionally deal with it. If you aren't rude back, like you don't know, it could like just help them.
It definitely has. It's perceived in social media as a negative kind of thing sometimes, but there is a lot of positives.
For me, I have depression and anxiety, so I kind of go everywhere a bit. Everywhere.
Well, I had like a bit of an eating disorder when I was young because, being young girls, just like looking at models and stuff, and I was like, oh, they look so good, I want to be that.
When I was going through stress, I had to go see a therapist, and she helped me a lot, and those sort of things that help us in life.
I suffer from depression and anxiety, but mine's more lean to anxiety.
I progressively worked through it with a lot of help from my friends and stuff, and we just like everyone was very supportive and stuff. I wish I had gone to see someone, which I didn't, and I think it would have sped up my recovery a lot, but like it definitely helped having people to like lean on, because like I didn't start getting better until I told you guys.
I was a person who would post things on Instagram and not seeing as many likes as I wanted. I was just like, nah, this sucks.
When I was real down thing, my main thing was cutting, so it was a lot of like to give like another sort of pain to focus on instead of things. So like once you start doing it, it's like, oh yeah, this is like sort of like how people have adrenaline rush. So sort of like that, it's like to get your mind off other things, and then after this thing, and you're like on a good day, you're like, fuck, what have I done?
I went through a stage in high school where I was constantly like stressed, and my anxiety, I would get to this point where a minor inconvenience, and I'd be like, nah, that's it, I'm not doing this, I'm not going. Everybody goes through that, but every single thing I was like, I'm over this, I'm done.
But some days I can't really get out of bed or can't go out because I just can't handle it.
I was a bit scared at first, thinking, oh, I don't think this is going to help, is this going to help in the future as well? Am I going to be stressed all the time? But no, therapy definitely did help.
I went to go see a psychologist And even though, like, I can't exactly remember what was said to me, I know that it did help, and that it was helpful just to be able to cry to somebody and them being like, yeah, this is okay, you can cry. Like, well, I think even with males in themselves, like, I see it often with my male friends, they kind of bolster each other up and they're like, oh, I'm this manly, I can bench this much.
People are just plain out pricks. Yeah, they judge. Society these days, especially with the teenagers and like our generation, is like the judgment between like people is ridiculous. Like,
I did one of my theses on like social media and the mental health impact on that. So like a lot of it is like you see somebody online and you kind of want what they have. So it's just that always that presence in your life that you constantly just want what other people have.
People without mental health don't understand what do you go through or what do you experience. Like I said, like I'll go up to someone and say that I have depression and anxiety, and they'll go, "Oh, just
get
in your
over
brain,
it.
just get over it." But yeah, it's definitely a real thing.
Probably like because I watch a bit of sports, so like a lot of it's, you know, if you've got mental health issues, you should be sort of like toughening up, sort of a thing.
You know, the stigma of not getting help and I'm fine, I can deal with it.
Males are sort of typed as get over it, move on, like you're supposed to be the man. So they don't really focus behind what males go through, and like females is like, it's more known for like females be like have anxiety, depression and other mental health problems, whereas like males it's sort of like closed door, get over it.
Especially with males, I find that with my partner, for example, he also studies psychology, but he still struggles to accept that maybe, you know, he's got more going on with him and he can't just deal with it himself, and maybe he, like, that finding help is not embarrassing and it's not normal, and that you can actually improve your life if you do seek assistance from people who actually know what they're talking about and can give you some help. Like, you go first.
I really like to, when I have a bit of downtime, because I'm at uni and work all the time and life gets really stressful, I usually like to take about 2 or 3 hours to just paint something or like make some music, because I play piano. I just take that time, just sit by myself alone and just like write down some of my thoughts, stuff like that, or just if I don't feel like writing or talking, I'll just paint and just do like something small. Like, I'm not good at painting, but I do it anyway.
And I have my music playlist set up, so anytime I feel down, I just put that on.
I play a bit of indoor soccer. Yeah, it's with some mates I used to work at Macca's with, so yeah, that's always good. It's the social side of it more than the actual physical.
For me, it's for music is kind of my thing for me, or just write it down. Just what I'm thinking really, or more mainly music. Yeah.
I'm a bit of a photographer.
Mainly drawing, I figure it helps out more trying to communicate through people with like art.
I think mine would be exercise. So it sounds a bit cliche, but I went through a really bad stage in 2018 where I was really depressed with what I was doing and how I was feeling. And I wasn't exercising, and I always like exercise. That was one of my things, and I ended up going to Fit Stop, which is like kind of F45, and going 5 times a week, and my mental health just like did a complete 360.
I have a therapist and I go to him.
It's more just like music and like listening to it that really helps. That's kind of like my meditation. Otherwise, yeah, just talking.
It's so nice to just like have time to yourself, to just breathe for a minute, because life gets crazy. Like for everyone is so busy, and like the world's 24/7 now, you know, technology, we're on it all the time, like it never stops. But it's always good to just like have, like put 2 or 3 hours aside and just be with yourself and like think about like your thoughts and your feelings and like how you want to be, you know, and what you want to do with your life and like what your headspace is at and stuff like that.
Try to be positive. Try different things each day, even if it's out of your comfort zone. Go ahead, do it, because you know at the end of the day, it's probably gonna make you a better person the next day.
Just take it step by day. Like it will eventually slowly get better, but there are going to be days where it's going to be like really hard. So just take it step by day. If you want to close yourself off from people, do it. Give your time to self-improve on yourself and think and
go out of your comfort zone, do things that you wouldn't usually do.
Go slow, do whatever you need to do. Talk to someone. It's no shame to talk about it. But yeah, just take it day by day. Whatever you can do, just do.
Or a friend.
Others,
Like
yeah.
it comes to that point where it's just like speaking about it and being
Yeah.
open, because if it is something small where you're like, oh, I don't want to bother anyone, the fact that you speak to somebody can let it get off your shoulders, and you can actually feel a lot better about voicing everything that's going on inside of you.
I got into photography. That was way out of my comfort zone.
Just go see someone. Like, there's nothing to lose with it.
Talk to like my close, friends and family.
Like, and I always like kind of say talking to a professional is so different to talking to your friend, because
Yeah.
they know you, they know how they should respond to you, they know what you want to hear as well, and they're always going to have a side, I think. So I think having that professional opinion and just being able to speak to somebody who has no idea who you are.
So yeah, talking about it with people is always good, or just like, I don't know, finding coping mechanisms, like listening to certain music or whatever to understand and express how you feel.
My partner was saying, you're so much happier, and I get really upset and really angry, and then go to the gym, and then after it I'm like, okay, you know what, you can get over that. In 5 years it's not going to bother you, so don't let it bother you now. You're done. Like, I think it's that headspace being cleansed.
Well, now you've reached the end. Here's a quick message from our PR lady.
Hi guys, welcome back to another first video. This is our second video and we got 9,000 subscribers. We don't have much videos, but we only have 2 more videos we need to make. Then we have 5 more subscribers. We're gonna get 500 subscribers. And you need to subscribe to us so we get 4,000. We want to get the whole champion.